Assalamualaikum everyone. Hello, this is me, Salwa Leadership Wali. I am 11 years old and I'm from Muzaffarabad, Azad Kashmir, Pakistan. And today I have a really special guest with us. His name is Andy Grant, and he is a coach, author, podcaster, and a healer. And I'm really happy that he joined us in my podcast, and I'm really thankful. So let's begin our podcast. Hello, Andy. How are you?
Very good. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. So I gave a bit introduction. So if I missed anything, the stage is all yours.
No, yeah, you hit it. I'm a coach. I mostly focus on men, helping successful men feel successful inside. Sometimes they've done all the things that they think they're supposed to, but they still feel empty. So that's kind of where I help people the most. But I also am an energy healer, and I work with people all around the world at times and also in person to help get things those old negativities and blocks and bad habits and all the bad energies that people can build up over time and just clear that out of the way so people can live their best lives possible.
Great, great to know more about you. So my first question from you is that tell me where you're from and how would you describe your journey so far?
Well, I live outside Boston, Massachusetts, in the United States, and my journey so far, it's a roller coaster. It's been up and down, and it's a lot of joy right now. Yeah, not down. It's all up now. But yeah, as a child, I was very depressed and even suicidal at times. And it took me a while to realize that I'm actually supposed to be here and that life is meant to be magnificent and joyous. And how we view life is what's reflected back to us. So when I had a negative and kind of miserable life stinks attitude, that was my experience. When I realized I had the power to change my own life and take ownership, that's when everything really started getting better for me.
Great, great to know more about you. So now can you tell me that what inspired, or you can say who inspired you to become a coach?
A number of people. I would say primarily Wayne Dyer. He was an author and a speaker. I would see him on TV from time to time and just always felt better and more inspired. He seemed to just, he would learn something and then just share it with the world. And that kind of fired me up. And actually, my first coaching training, I didn't even realize it was training me to be a coach. It was a year-long program, all on energy work, and I signed up for it because I wanted to help myself. Literally, the things I do with clients were things I learned to save my life. So it was about halfway through this year, people said, "So when are you going to start your coaching business?" And I was like, "Why would I start a coaching business?" I'm like, "Well, that's what we're in. We're in a coaching program." Like, I didn't even realize that. So yeah, it kind of I became a coach kind of by accident, but I really love it.
Great. So now can you tell me that how did you start your healing journey, and what does healing means to you?
Wow. So all healing is self-healing. All the various modalities that help people, it taps into our connection to source, our connection to God, connection to all that is. I believe that the power that creates worlds is literally in every cell of our body. So again, as I said earlier, life is meant to be magnificent. When it doesn't feel magnificent, there's something going on, and that's life. That's our body telling us that there's something here that doesn't really belong. And again, my healing began a path I don't recommend. It took me multiple attempts to end my own life before I realized, well, I'm not good at dying. I'm not good at living. There's got to be something I'm missing. And that's what began my journey of personal growth and spiritual growth and healing work and all sorts of things that I made fun of, didn't believe until I had experiences with them. And I always encourage people to trust your own experiences more than the opinions of anybody else, because your experience, your fruits from everything that you do is the most important thing to tell you that you're on your best path in life.
Okay, okay, I got that. So, as your author as well, right? So, how many books so far you have written?
I have six self-published books so far under my name, and I've got a couple children's books as well.
I would love to read that. So, um, which one is your most favorite one?
Probably it's a book called Still Here: How to Succeed in Life After Failing at Suicide, and it talks more about my journey, and it's everything I wish I knew when I was a teenager to give more hope and inspiration. It talks about all the different energy works and modalities that I discovered when traditional medicine didn't really wasn't really serving me all that well.
Okay, so what inspired you the most to write a book of your own?
Hmm. So the first book I wrote was all about positive affirmations. And I wrote it because I was in a psychology class where the teacher said, the one thing I can assure you is that positive affirmations don't work. And I was like, well, wait a minute. They work for me. I got a lot of benefit. And again, I thought they were nonsense until I did them. And they really helped my whole attitude about life change. So, yeah, I was inspired to write my first book almost as a I told you so, or no, no, these do work, but I dedicated it to that teacher, and it's good. It was sold all around the world, but because more important than having a list of affirmations is how to use them. And I think that's the mistake a lot of people do. When I learned a lot of this from Louise Hay as well, and it's the best thing to do is like say affirmation into the mirror and see your own face. And if you're saying a positive affirmation and it doesn't feel good, like that's a good sign. If you're just saying things that feel good and true, that's not helping you as much. But if you say something that you want to see in yourself and you feel resistance to it, that tells you where to do your work, right? So when I first began, I would just I couldn't even hold my own gaze in a mirror. And then the next step, once I could hold my gaze, I would say, Andy, I love you. And I burst into tears even trying to say that, right? So that's the easiest place to start for affirmations, just to tell how in tune, how open, how much do you love yourself. Just try to tell yourself that you love you.
Yeah, even when you're saying that stuff, oh my God, Salva, I love you. You're like you can do this, and like that's the most motivational thing ever. Like you're giving that energy to yourself, and So okay, so my next question from you is that your background, like that background, the book one, so I really love that. And I see those book wearing headphones, and that's quite good. No, that's cool. So, I can see many books there. So, which one is your most favorite one?
My favorite book is probably called You Can Heal Your Life. It's by Louise Hay. And it was really one of the first books I ever read that said I had power and control over my own thoughts and my emotions. I was uh, mental illness runs in my family, as does alcoholism. So I was really thought like I was at the mercy of my DNA and my genes, and I was just kind of doomed. But that's not the case for anybody. No matter your history is not a guarantee of your future. We all have so much more ownership of our lives, and when we choose to take control, choose to take the driver's seat in our own life, we can make it much better than it ever has been.
Great, thank you. And here's some love from Pravin Patel from Canada, right? Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. It's funny, Amazing Andy. When I was about your age and I was riding mini bikes, I had a motorcycle helmet that said "Amazing Andy."
Wow. So, I actually started cycling, and actually I learned it really fastly. Like, and that was the thing when I was a bit motivated. Like you just said, okay, so how did you like? You can do this, and I got motivated. I got motivated a lot. So yeah, I got really motivated and also started to cycle. And I didn't get a helmet right now, but I know safety's first, but I'm
But
gonna
you're
get
not
it
doing
soon.
it. You know safety first, but you're not doing it.
Actually, I'm gonna get it soon. Yes, I'm gonna get it soon. So there's a question from Previn Patel, and yeah, he's saying that what's your mission, passion, purpose, and vision?
My biggest mission is to make suicide a rarity instead of the kind of common thing it is now. I did not believe life was meant to be good. I thought I was broken, hopeless, helpless. I want to empower more people. That since I went from believing that I wanted to die to really enjoying life, I know that that same journey is possible for everybody.
Great, thank you. Thank you for your answer. Thank you, Previn, for your amazing question. Okay, so now my next question. Okay, so I will be asking you some questions that are a bit fun. Like I'm gonna ask you about your favorite food and yeah, your lifestyle. Okay, so first tell me what's your favorite food? Yeah.
Sushi.
I like that too, but I have never ate it. Okay,
Well, how do you know you like it then?
because it's when I see it, it's good. Like
Huh.
it's tasty, and I want to try it. So that's why I like it. But I have more favorite things. Like I like ramen a
Uh-huh.
lot, and there's a special dish here in Pakistan called biryani, and I that's my number one favorite.
What's in that?
So it's like wait, one sec. Ingredients of biryani. Okay, of biryani. So it's like rice dish made with long grain basmati rice and marinated meat like chicken or beef or vegetables and onions, and it's like rice, protein, spices, uh, po- um, powdered spices, marinade, and dairy, and yeah, that's it.
Awesome. I'll have to come and try some.
Yeah, you should. It when you try it, you're gonna say, okay, yeah, I want biryani. I'm gonna open my own shop in USA and then sell biryani, and then it will go like yeah. So okay, now my next question is that tell me about do you have kids?
I do not.
Okay, so which is your favorite place to visit the most?
Favorite place to visit? I love traveling anywhere where there's animals. I've had the been able to visit Africa 4 times and go on safari. That whole I'd love to visit every country in Africa at some point. But yeah, getting into the wild and seeing animals in their natural habitat, that's always a great thrill. That's kind of my favorite places.
Great. So which is your favorite restaurant the most?
That gets tougher. Favorite restaurant. Boy, I guess yeah. There's a local place near me that's just a private, not part of a chain. That's a sushi place, but they do Japanese and Chinese and even Korean. So it's sushi and then more some. So that's my favorite place.
Okay, so which type of sushi do you like the most? Like Japanese, Chinese, or Korean?
Yeah, Japanese and really sashimi is my favorite. That's not even any rice at all. That's just pure raw fish. Nothing else getting in the way.
Just like raw fish.
Yep, and nothing else.
That's just raw. Um, you can eat a raw fish.
That's it. Sushi's raw. Yeah, or most of it is. Yeah, and I
Okay.
grew up thinking it was gross, wanted no part of it, and it's only like the maybe the last 8 years that I discovered I like it.
Okay, then I don't want to try it. I take my words back. I don't like sushi. Okay. So now my next question from you is that what's like in our lives there's like something happened to us, like it's gonna be something funny, like when you walk and then maybe you're holding a glass and then it slipped and then the water um like spilled onto you. So what's the most funniest or the awkward moment that has ever happened to you?
Well, the most recent one I could think of. So, a year ago, I was in Africa on vacation, and the bus I was on stopped on. I think we were in Botswana. Yeah, we were in Botswana, and the bus stopped at a little gas station and convenience store. And I was just walking around, and there was a little barber shop, and all the local guys were hanging out there. And I slipped. My foot went gone from under me, and I landed in this massive puddle. Like, oh, and they're all like, big man down. And they all rush over, and I'm trying to just brush it off, no big deal, but I'm covered in mud. Like my foot is buried in mud, and I'm mud all the way up to my shoulder. Like this puddle was not just some little puddle; it was almost like a lake on this dirt road, and I was a mess. And all these guys, I got a hose, and they're all trying to wash me off and clean me up. And yeah, I felt like an idiot. but I
Okay,
was so grateful for the.
that was embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
So if that ever happens to me, I would just run off and I was like, "Don't follow me. I'm okay."
Well, I tried,
Like,
but I didn't know where I was. I had to get back to the bus, and I couldn't go
okay.
on the bus covered in mud. They wouldn't let me back on.
So then, what did you do?
Yeah, these local men washed me down like I was a cow in the field. They cleaned me up.
Okay. Okay. So okay, I can't stop laughing now. Okay.
Luckily,
So
luckily there's no photos of that.
okay. So another question from Previn. He said that, "What's your favorite animal?"
Oh, that's another great question. So many. Uh, Elephants. I love seeing elephants in the wild, the big herds, and they're really family type. But also the most amazing experience I've had in the wild has been coming face to face with gorillas. Uh, in Uganda and Rwanda, we went gorilla trekking, and just got to be face to face with a gorilla and look into their eyes, and there's like, yeah, it was just magical. I just laid there, and then the gorilla started mimicking how I was. I'd be there with a camera, and he would just mimic me, and he just sat there for like 20 minutes mirroring this gorilla. It was just amazing. There's so much depth. There's so much. It's weird. I get that. I don't. There's got to be a better word, but I felt like there was so much humanity in the gorilla's eyes and expression. Or maybe I have gorilla manity. I don't know.
Yeah. So like many times when you go to a zoo, and the animals are like your they're like once I saw a video, there was a kid and there was like a gorilla, and the kid was like pointing the finger and the gorilla was like, so yeah, they love to play like the gorilla, but sometimes I feel bad that they're like caged and they need to go back to their zoo and like just go there. So a zoo is a good place, but I think that animals should not be like caged up.
Yeah. Once I went to Africa, I could never go to a zoo again. It just, yeah, it felt even more wrong after seeing them in the wild.
Yeah. So okay, now next question. Okay, so now back to your journey. So now I would like to ask. Oh yeah. Um. Okay, yeah. Another question from Previn. Alright.
More animal. All right. Well, my favorite animal is my dog Scout. She's here.
I love dogs. I
Yeah,
love dogs.
yeah. She's our third rescue dog. Meaning we got her at a shelter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. So when I get a dog, I don't like to call it the dog. And when someone's like, "That's your dog," and I'm like, "No, that's not my dog. She is Bella. Don't you dare call her a dog. She is mine." Okay. Yeah. So even though it's a dog, but I don't like other people that call dog. No, she's mine. She's Bella.
Okay, got it.
So okay, yeah, now back to your journey. So as your podcaster as well, so how did your podcast journey begin?
So I was at a networking event and someone asked me to come give a speech about masculinity. And I tried to say yes to everything. So I said, sure. And then I was like driving home, like, oh my God, what am I going to talk about? I don't, what does this even mean? And so I started looking around, and there are so many different memes and rules and nonsense about real men do this and real men do that. So the phrase real men feel just kind of stuck with me. And about a month or two after I gave that speech, I just felt I wanted to do more for men. And that's what really the podcast came out of that. It was me and a friend of mine. It began as conversations. And then by the fourth episode, people wanted to come on and talk to us. And now I'm closing in on episode 400. And my co-host Apio, he lasted for like the first 100 episodes, but it's just been me and the rest of the world since then.
Okay, that's a great beginning of your podcast. So what is the main theme of your podcast?
Reminding men that they're human beings and that it's okay to ask for help, and then they can drop the mask that they've got it all figured out and don't need anybody.
So who is your target audience?
Let's see. I don't think about that much. I try to have shows that mean something to me, and then I just trust the rest of the world will find the people that it means something for. But because I get it officially targets men, but I have plenty of women listening, and a lot of guys will tell me that um, their girlfriends or their wives found the show and told them to watch it. So I target the world.
Okay. So, how do you balance all your roles? I'm really curious to ask. Like, you're a coach and a healer and a author and a podcaster. So, how do you manage this all?
I live by a very strict schedule, and luckily I don't miss putting anything on my calendar. But yeah, it's a lot of juggling, but they're all things I really enjoy doing. So yeah, my
Mhm.
typical week just flies by.
Yeah, like this podcast, I'm really enjoying and the time is flying by, but I don't care. I want to have this podcast. I'm really enjoying. So, yeah. So now can you tell me that, okay, first of all, tell me, are you getting bored?
I mean, right now talking to you?
Yep.
No. Why am I
I,
boring you?
no, are you fine? Like, I don't want to bore my guest.
No, we're good.
Okay, great. So, how do you? Okay, yeah. Now questions about coaching. So, what is your coaching style?
It's a bit of intuitive coaching, a bit of energy work, a lot of listening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mostly getting people to trust and feel that I am a safe space, a safe container. I often have people share with things they've never shared with anybody else, sometimes things that they haven't shared with themselves yet. but that's the root of it. It's just making a place where anything can be discussed, so that we can resolve it, take care of old wounds, take care of emotions that haven't been addressed possibly ever, or at least in a long time.
Okay. So, how do you help people through coaching?
By giving people the opportunity to kind of unburden themselves. So many people, especially men, go through life wearing this mask that says, I've got it all figured out. Don't ask me anything. And we all need support. We need community. We are social creatures, but
Okay.
too many rules, too many, you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that, tells men that they're supposed to figure everything out on their own, to be this rugged individual. And another big lie that uh, guys grew up with is that they don't have emotions, or they're not supposed to feel things. And I find that that is just extremely harmful. So coaching is a place to heal, a place to feel, a place to get clear on your values, to come up with your mission, your purpose, so that you can live a life that feels engaged and meaningful, like yours.
Thank you. Okay, so what challenges did you face in the start?
What was the last one?
What challenges did you face at the start?
Oh, at the start of coaching?
Yeah.
Yeah, finding people. Yeah. Uh, the,
Sorry.
the biggest challenge is finding people to coach. Like, it doesn't,
Yeah.
so many people can just say, I'm a coach, So it's especially, most of my clients when I started were women, because women were willing to do the energy work, to do the weird stuff, to be more experimental and try things. So, but as time goes on, more and more men are willing to try things. And my goal is that I tap into the curiosity of people, that if you're not feeling great, if you're feeling miserable and you're sick of it, be willing to try something you don't necessarily believe in or have doubts about, like that. That's all welcome. But again, trust your experience of something, not your judgment or other people's opinions.
Great. So it has been 27 minutes, and I really enjoyed this podcast with you. Thank you for all your time. My last question from you would be, if you will give any advice to the world right now, what would it be?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need help, assistance, a hug, a helping hand, some advice. There's no shame. There's no, doesn't mean you're less than anything else. But yeah, be willing to ask for help.
I love that advice, and I hope that everyone that is listening, and I hope you are listening, or else this is a really great podcast, and you I said butter, you better be inspired. I mean, they all are inspired by this advice, and me too. So you should all ask help, and you don't be ashamed from yourself that you cannot ask a question. Okay, yeah, that was a great advice by Andy Green. Andy. Okay, so okay, yeah. Thank you everyone. This was our interview with Andy, and I really enjoyed, and I hope Andy enjoyed himself. Thank you so much. Bye bye.